You really embrace this idea of like right place, right time. Do you ever wonder what things would have been like if you had ended up in a different dorm?
I mean, suffice to say, my life would be very, very different. When I think about counterfactuals, well, what if I'd been in a different place or at a different time? There's no doubt my life would have taken a very different route, and I could very well just be one of the 99% who's working hard and not making, not able to make ends meet. Mark Zuckerberg and I went on a walk a couple months after after Facebook had launched, and we had a equity conversation. I came out of the gate saying, I want 10% of the company. It was
a rainy day, right?
It was a rainy night. It was a horrible way to have the conversation. He was stressed. I was stressed. It was not the best setup. And I made the case for 10%. He said, I don't think you've earned that much. I caved pretty fast. And in the book, I say, it was at once a spectacular failure of negotiation and also the most successful conversation of my life, because that 2% of Facebook ended up being worth nearly $500 million a decade later. What seemed like passing conversations in the rain in college can have these outsized effects. And that's a new phenomenon. Never before in history have 20-somethings been able to create these companies. I mean, Facebook is now worth $500 billion.
At what point did you realize the weight of that conversation on the impact on your life?
There was never one particular moment afterward. Facebook just kept growing, and in some sense, the goalpost kept moving. When we had 6,000 people at Harvard on it, we were like, well, this is amazing. We have to open it up to other schools and see if they're interested. And then people from those schools flooded in. And over time, we went from college students to everyone, the general population, later international. And there was a moment, I guess a couple years, in 2006, Yahoo offered us $1 billion. It was a lot of money at a very young age. And, the question at the time was, do we take this or do we not? And Mark and the board made the decision not to. If you'd asked me 2 years before that, if we were offered $1 billion from Facebook, clearly that's the definition of success. That is, there's no question that would have been a good decision. But Mark made the right call, and the goalpost moved yet again. There were just a series of moments when it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it sort of continually reset my expectations, and I think our collective expectations.